started, I never finished, so I just had to finish it.
What is it?
The Fix.
What's it about?
It's some spy stuff.
Ah, okay. All
You
right.
know that this is
So my partner over here is a ID watcher. I bet you watch all them crime shows, don't you?
some. I do watch ID channel. I do
So my
watch because some of them
brother is
deadly
doing it,
women.
and then my wife is doing it right in front of me. It's got my daughter doing it right in front of me.
What?
Man, y'all are scheming on me, ain't you?
Hey
It's
man,
messed up.
bro, you learn some stuff. Like I don't sleep around this
Messed
one.
up. I didn't hear
No,
nothing.
but so anyway, there's a lot of things that happened this week.
Yeah. Where you want to start?
Well, let's start with soccer and get that out the way. I don't want to say get that out the way.
You
Wendy,
ready? You ready?
oh Wendy,
Hey, Wendy, you
oh
watching this?
Wendy, our friend from the UK. Oh Wendy,
I'm waiting on you to
Wendy,
join me.
we know you're here.
Yes. Hey,
It's,
guess what?
it's time for tea.
Time for tea and crumpets.
It's time for tea. Well, unfortunately, my dark horse, England, is now out because they had to face the United States,
Which was your checker?
which
we'll,
was
we'll,
my
we'll go with the
checker.
checker.
Yeah,
Yes.
which was my checker,
Yep.
which was the obvious checker.
Yeah.
So,
13 points.
Yeah, so uh, they advanced past England. Sorry, England.
Yep.
And what made that one a little more, because I wasn't, all down on them a little bit.
That's what they were doing.
Yeah,
though.
but they got the chatty.
That's
You
what I'm
got the
saying.
chatty catty.
Yep.
They got to sitting around drinking tea, talking about what the Queen and Kate
They're having
was
the tea
doing.
and crumpets.
Was Kate and what's her name, Megan, were doing for the weekend, and then they was like,
Hey, guess what?
I think that the Americans are just a little bit too arrogant, and blah 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 and blah blah blah.
Ran straight into a wall.
But it was a good match.
It was a good match. It was a hell of
Good match.
A hell of a match.
And listen, I know a lot of England fans because I was looking at Twitter. I know there was a lot of England fans that thought that goal, but them calling offsides in the overs, later on towards the end of the match, the goal that White scored, she was offsides. My wife knows damn near zero about the rules of soccer, but she knows what offsides is in soccer. And as soon as it happens, she goes, "Hey, she's offsides."
Before the goal even went.
Before. So that lets me know that the VR was correct. She was offsides. Go take it off. You're not good enough.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm sorry.
Now, who's
Wendy,
the
I
US?
love you. Wendy, I love you, but
We got, hey,
it's time to go get in one of the Mini Coopers and go around the cul-de-sac. She's gonna beat me next time she's in the States.
Yeah. And we are going to broadcast that live right here. So who is the U.S. facing in the World Cup? Is that still to be determined? They played today?
No, that is
tonight?
not to be determined.
They did play today.
They played today.
Okay.
It was between Sweden
and Norway.
The whole team full of blonde, blue eyes.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously. They
the
win.
Whole team. No, there was one looked like she might have migrated from Fiji. Like she migrated.
Gotcha.
Transferred. She transferred. Yeah, I'm gonna put it. That's what my blog's about that I'm putting up is transfers, but we'll be over that.
See?
But
Norway? Sweden?
No, no, it's not Norway.
Who they play?
It was Norway. It was the Dutch.
Norway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they
played the Dutch, all orange.
Who won?
Dutch.
The Dutch won?
The
Norway
Dutch.
won?
The Dutch.
Oh, okay.
So this is their second major final. Because you remember the Dutch is who put out the U.S. in
Sweden
the Olympics.
Sweden put out the.
Sure wasn't the Dutch?
Maybe. I know it was one of those
Dutch.
two teams, though.
Thought it was that bright ass orange.
Maybe. It's possible.
Orange. It's orange.
I don't know. We're a sports show. I don't know.
I think we should have oranges on my deck. Not my deck, my counter. I got a bowl of fruit. Thinking that has oranges.
Good thing
Side
he
note.
enunciated.
Side note of my dick.
Yeah.
So, but there you have it but it should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah,
because the Dutch is one of the younger up and coming
it's gonna be
countries.
5-2.
Yeah. Wow, that's, you're
5 to
being.
2.
I was thinking another 2-1,
5-2.
5 to
U.S. takes
2.
the World Cup.
Yeah, I take. I think they.
Bam.
I think they get. I do think they get their fourth World Cup.
Oh,
I think it's going to be a little more difficult than people think that it would be.
5-2.
I thought that if they played Sweden, they'd have another tough game, but again, they would win because when they played Sweden, they only won by penalty kicks. They didn't score in
Mm-hmm.
actual
Gameplay.
open play.
Right.
So I would like to have seen that matchup again because there were, Sweden is one of the more
You just want to see
powerhouses.
them blonde hair, blue eyes all over the
Hey,
field,
they
don't
got
you?
them on the Dutch too, bro. But every time I see the Dutch, I just want to think of Austin Powers, gold member. But that's unfair to the Dutch. But I like the Dutch. I don't know
$1
why. The
million
Netherlands.
dollars.
That's it. The Netherlands.
No, that's not who they played.
Yes, it's the Netherlands.
No. He's
Yes, it
really getting.
is.
He's about to get pissed, folks. He's
Yes,
looking
it
at me. He's like,
is. It is the Netherlands.
He's like
The
cussing me out
Netherlands.
behind his tongue, so I can't hear it.
Nether region. The Netherlands.
Nether realm.
Yeah. All right. So
You
that's
got Earth
soccer.
realm.
I have no idea
You
what's
got
going on
Nether
with the
realm.
men. I forgot. I forgot that
They're-
they were
they're
even
playing.
playing.
Yeah, they're playing.
They're in the
Oh.
Gold Cup.
Gold Cup. Women's where it's at right now because they're in the World Cup.
Side note, but on topic. The home jerseys or the home white jerseys for the women's soccer team is the most sold team jersey in Nike history.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Trending on Twitter.
Wow.
The one tweets.
The one tweets, folks. If you don't know, now you know.
And knowing is half the damn battle.
Sometimes.
Yo, Joe. So
I know go. No mo.
let's see.
With the flow.
We'll say, are you going to talk about Nike flag and Kaepernick? Maybe. I kind of don't want to because I'm really tired of hearing about Kaepernick, and
I'm
really don't.
tired about hearing about all that same crap.
I really don't see what that flag and the Confederate flag have to do with each other.
That was the first 13 colonies.
The first
in the
13
States.
colonies. Yes. So that was our first flag.
And that technically was the Yankees anyway.
Yeah.
So that was.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
why has he
really,
got a
because
problem
those
with
first 13 colonies were all northeast
on the
states.
north. Yeah. But New England.
I think the only one that was a slave state was Virginia, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
History lesson.
See what we do. We don't know, but you got it.
Woo!
Hoo-ha.
Man, I felt pretty good about that one.
Hoo-ha. Listen to you.
I see you, Chuck.
Listen.
Go, Chuck.
Should listen to you. Listen
But
to you.
anyway, so I don't know. I mean,
That's one of my 19.
I think it's ridiculous that he, of no consequence, has the power to convince Nike to take a
take it
shoe
off?
off the market. I mean, I thought that Nike probably would have done their research into that type of thing before they put something out like that.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, how much money did you just lose because Colin Kaepernick said so? So all them should, but see, it wasn't like these shoes were, on the drawing table or the design table or in production or anything like
No,
that.
they were out.
These shoes were in stores,
No, they were out.
ready to be released.
They were out.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Maybe I don't want to comment because I haven't read a whole bunch into it yet.
I haven't either. But like you said, first thought, it's a 13 colony state. It's the New England states, and they weren't slave states. So I don't understand what the difference. Well, what the problem is. And
Nice double play.
honestly, I mean, going to school where I did, I mean, we weren't racist. In my mind, I'm sure some people were in every school, but in my mind, I wasn't. And I was the rebels, Okay, Confederate flag or not, who cares?
Right.
You know?
I mean, I'm with you. I don't know. I just think my first
No, I
thought,
get you though.
my first thought was, I mean, really something else. You know what I'm saying? Is if you really look at it, everything that you do and everything that's sports wise or societal wise, you can turn it racist. If you can turn it,
Anything
you can turn anything into an
racial issue.
oppression type of
Yes,
thing. You know what I
yes.
mean? I think I've said it before. I think we're too damn sensitive. Everybody's butt hurt because somebody disagrees with somebody else,
Hmm.
and here we have.
But yeah, that's what our country's supposed to be, right?
Right. But anyway, we talk about
Okay.
sports. Every once in a while, we
Yeah.
get real life. So uh, that's Colin. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
agree with it.
Stamp it,
I don't agree with it.
seal it,
I
stamp
don't
it.
disagree with it. Um,
I don't know
I
enough
mean,
about what the
is it a whole move? Yeah.
I don't
Is it
know
a move you trying to stay in the public,
the limelight.
the line keep talking about you? Because they're not talking about you about football.
Right.
So I don't know what
Should
your
they be?
purpose is. I wasn't a fan. I didn't think he had any real gifts to add to a football team. But that's just me.
All right. Stamp it, seal it, send it out.
I guess you can put a poll up. Do you agree with it or disagree
I
with it or
could do
whatever?
that. Listen to you. Look at the one over there. Look at Damon.
I'm wanted.
Damon is
I'm
not here
wanted.
tonight, folks. Damon is in the house. I like Damon.
All right. I like Damon too. But so there was Kaepernick. What were we talking about? We jumped over soccer, baseball. We got the All-Star Derby and all that stuff next week. Oh, side note. So we're going to flashback where we had a discussion. We put up on the page as well who was the best player in baseball with at a discussion of the three names that continuously come up with Harper, um, Bellinger, and your boy Trout. Um, well, we know we took one out of that.
What do you mean? Bruce Harper's not in that?
We took one of those out of the argument and
Bruce, where's
discussion.
Bruce Harper?
You didn't make the all-star team. And every team gets a player, and you weren't the player from your team. So
And
you're out.
He rightfully shouldn't have been.
I don't think he was. He should have been either. But you're out. So it's between Trout and Bellinger. And I still want to lean towards Bellinger, but Trout is
I guess
no
that was a bad.
slouch.
Hold on, that's a bad one. That was a dumb.
Do you agree with Nike or?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they're on the same side.
I'm sorry, folks.
Yes.
I'm off tonight, man.
Yes.
I'm off tonight.
So then that means we need shots. Shots for the round. Shots for the people. Shots for the people. So, but yeah, I mean, Trout is, and here's the bad part about it. Both of those two teams are in the West.
Right.
So us here in the Midwest, we don't get to see them a whole lot unless you're staying up to catch
10,
that
11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, to catch that 10:30, 11 o'clock game.
Yep.
I know I'm not because
Nope.
I'm not watching a whole lot of baseball on TV like that, unless it's a big game, but I'm not staying up for that. You know, NBA and this Golden State and Houston, I'm going to stay up to 10:30 to watch the first half. But if it's baseball, yeah, maybe in the playoffs. But as me saying that is both of those teams are out west. So we here in the Midwest don't get to see them a whole lot. So you don't really see all of what both of them doing. Now, Bellinger being with the Dodgers and in Los Angeles, high market, ESPN is in Los Angeles. You can see the stadium from the studio. So obviously Bellinger is going to get a lot of that highlight reels and conversation with Trout being a little further up the road in Anaheim.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we are getting all the things that Trout does to keep his name in those conversations. And plus, LA is, the best team in the league right now. So you continually hear about Bellinger. But I still like Trout. I think he's a good young face of the league.
Oh, yeah.
And I really think he's a good dude.
Well, he's the highest paid player in the league, isn't he?
I mean, it's
Didn't
hard
Trout
to
get
say,
that?
man. There's like
No, I think Trout got the
there's like
because
5
that
dudes that's
Trout
making like
set the goal.
yeah, he
the
said it, but
setting.
didn't somebody come like right behind
Probably
him?
Bruce Harper.
But I thought Bruce was first, and then Trout,
No,
and then
Trout got.
I
the
mean,
first
there's
one.
because but you got your boy Jan Carlos. I mean, there's like who's making 300? Isn't there somebody making 300 million?
It ain't me.
Definitely ain't me.
Ain't me.
Definitely. If I was making 300 million, we would be in the bar.
We'd have our own everything.
We'd have a studio with a bar in it.
Right.
I'm just saying, no disrespect.
None.
Anyway, 8 o'clock, 7:50. We were talking about what?
What?
Baseball. Did you see who won the cricket world championships?
No.
I didn't either.
The hell did you bring that up for?
Just
Then?
see if you was paying attention.
No. Paying attention to you or paying attention to cricket?
Either one.
Well, you halfway more so than cricket. Did you catch that?
Yeah. Baseball. Oh yeah, we were talking about All-Star game next week. Home Run Derby next week. Have they released the names for the Home Run Derby?
No.
Wife's texting you, isn't she?
No. I was reading something.
He reads, folks.
What did you say? Did they name the home
Have
run
they
derby?
named
No, I
the
don't think
people?
so.
They haven't named the people
No, I don't
yet?
think so. I think that comes
Okay.
this weekend
All right.
because it's not
The home
next
one-
week.
no,
It's
it's next week.
next weekend.
And
Yes,
then next week?
next weekend.
It's never on the weekend, bro.
All Star Weekend.
It's All-Star week. 'Cause
All
the-
Star Weekend.
Yeah, for the NBA, for Major League Baseball, the Home Run Derby is on Monday, and the game is on Wednesday. Tuesday. Game's on Tuesday. Go look it up.
Home
Go
Run
look it up.
Derby is on Sunday.
Go look it up. Home Run Derby has never been on the weekend. Go look it up. Sean, back me up.
Sean, what are you asking Sean for?
Baseball people, John Wayne Buzzer. The Home Run Derby is always on Monday night.
Someone called us Bert and Ernie, just to let you know.
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
Who's got the cone head?
Okay. Let me look that up here. Hold on.
Yeah, look it up.
I am.
I want you to.
Oh, I am.
Faster.
Like I told you,
Come on,
Monday,
Siri.
July 8th.
Monday. What was that? Say it again. All right.
Oh, so hold on here. 4th of July weekend is All-Star week?
Not this.
No, because
All-Star
they're playing
week.
in Cleveland. Why?
It's not All-Star weekend. You keep trying to make it 4th of July is tomorrow.
I know this. I know that.
All-Star week is next week. White guys play baseball. Yeah, I said it. Did you find the answer yet? You go tell the people. You gonna
So
tell the
did we-
people.
Did
You
we
need to
talk
put it in-
about?
Do
Did
you
we
put it
talk
in
about?
echo?
Did
We
we,
need to echo it. When is it, Dan?
did we talk about basketball yet? I'm sorry. Did we talk about basketball yet?
We have
We're
not,
getting there. That's right.
We have not talked about basketball yet.
No, that's right, because the Reds and the Indians, I think, are playing this weekend down in Cincinnati. But I thought they get a break. Don't they get a break? That's what it's called, the All-Star break. I know they get until Friday.
Yeah, you'll get a break
That's it?
between. You get a break for the guys that don't play.
Monday,
And
Tuesday,
so
Wednesday,
actually
Thursday.
no, because they don't. I think what the last game is Saturday, right? Or is the last game Friday?
Saturday.
So last game will be Saturday. So you got
Sunday
Sunday,
to Thursday, because
Yep.
then they start back up Friday.
right?
Like I said, man.
Yeah, you got a week
See, why don't you listen to me ever?
because you're wrong.
Hardly ever happens.
But he's
Sorry.
baseball, and you gonna tell me
Who
how-
said I'm baseball? Because
how-
I'm white?
Yes,
There's a lot of Dominicans that play baseball.
yeah. There's a lot of white guys. It's Hispanics and whites, and like
There's
there's
a lot
like
of
two.
black.
There's like 2%.
There's a lot of black guys.
There's like 2% black.
McCutcheon's black.
All right, name me 7. Name me 7 black. That's too many.
Right.
That's too many. Name me 5
I just named
Black.
one.
Name me 5
Not
black
going to.
baseball players.
Not going to
Not
because I can't
Dominican.
find 10 damn black people that know what open wheel racing is. So I'm not doing this game anymore.
Yes, because you're 0 for 7.
6. 6. 0 for 6.
0 for 6.
0 for 6.
But seriously, name me 5
I can't.
black baseball players.
I can't. I mean, in ever, I got
No,
one. Bobby Bonilla.
right
He
na-
gets paid until
He's
2032
not. No,
or something like that.
Bobby Bonilla is Hispanic.
Yes.
Name 5 black
Barry Bonds,
that are currently playing.
Dusty Baker,
So you got Barry Bonds' dad then, not
Billy
Barry.
Hamilton. There's one. Billy Hamilton. Who did I say earlier?
Dusty Baker.
No.
Barry Bonds.
Before Bobby Bonilla.
I mean, Andrew McCutcheon, that's
There
a
you
given.
go. There's
That's
2.
a given.
See, I got 2.
That's 2.
Brandon Phillips.
That's 3.
Does Judge count?
No mix, no half breeds.
Why not?
I said all black.
No, you didn't.
I
The
did say
question
all
was
black. I said
bull.
I roll back the tape. I said name me 5
lying now.
all black.
He's lying.
No
now.
Hispanic. All black.
You didn't say all.
All
you didn't
black.
say all.
Well, I mean, I thought it was implied.
Don't ever imply anything. That's like assuming. And it makes an ass out of you and me.
Correct.
I'm already an ass. I'm the ass.
We'll be asinine.
All right. So, did you see what's in there? Tyler Skaggs, 27-year-old Angels pitcher found in the hotel unresponsive. So that was the first one this week. Second one, did you hear about Jared Lorenzen, Kentucky's old football quarterback?
Big heavy dude.
Yeah. He passed away from cardiac and renal.
I mean,
issues.
but look at the size of
I'm
him.
just saying. Now,
Yeah.
okay, well, here's the thing. With all these sports-related deaths, I don't want to say sports-related, but sports athletes, I guess, at a young age, is that saying that there's something going on maybe in the lower levels that is causing these young athletes to pass away?
No, because they're rare occasions. You just hear about them
When
when
they
they happen.
You hear
You know
about
what
them
I'm
a lot
saying?
more
These
than what
are-
you did.
But it's the
15
right.
years ago.
You know, I mean, with the progression of social media
True.
and the access to news real quick.
True.
I mean, yeah, but if you look at it, these issues that they're dying from, other than the practice issues and like the heat exhaustion and things like that, they're dying from natural medical causes, like enlargement.
What was his?
I
Who
don't
was
know about
Skaggs?
I don't know about the pitcher.
I don't think it was ever said yet.
That's
Was
a,
it?
yeah, that's a different one because I don't know yet. But I have something on that one. But with the other players, athletes that are passing away,
Bigger.
a lot of them tend to their issues that people have in regular life. It's just that when they're athletes, those issues get
Pushed to the limits and then
yeah,
just don't.
exactly. They get pushed to the max, and then they fail a lot quicker than
I
what
can
they
see that.
normally do.
I can see that.
And you see testing of these young athletes a lot more for different things like this stuff that we didn't test for when we went and got physicals at our age. It was they check your lungs, check your breathing, ears, mouth, nose, till you turn your head and touch your testicle and cough.
Right.
That was your physical. I mean, nowadays, they're running tests on you. They're doing blood. They're, testing your heart, testing your diabetes, and all that kind of stuff. Because these kids are dropping, but they're dropping because I don't think they're dropping because of the sports. I think they're dropping. I think the sports is
Accelerating.
something that's already there.
Possible.
Yeah.
Definitely possible.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to you got a 2-hour practice and this heat index of 103, and you in full pads, and there's only one half working water fountain, then we have a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for the whites. Is that what they do? Isn't that what it was?
In the 50s.
Yeah.
In Alabama.
Right.
But
What are you trying to say, Damon?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to diss my Alabamians,
Uh-oh.
but y'all country as hell.
Slightly.
But so that was I agree. But anything else? But the picture. The wife and I was discussing that, because they were saying they don't expect any foul play. Um,
They
it
never
didn't have
mentioned
any
any.
health
They
issues.
didn't mention drugs at all.
Right.
That's kind
That's
of
what
it's
we
like,
were
okay, is
talking.
it leading to that then?
So your only option is
Overdose.
you drug overdose or you was
Pre.
a weak-minded month and you did yourself.
No, they said I seen that there was no sign of suicide.
So then it's drugs.
Right. Which could be suicide in its essence.
And it says,
Yeah.
but I don't want to speculate because it could have just
No,
been
could be something.
could have been something that no one knew about.
Right. Right.
And when you're dealing with these hearts, stuff just pops up. And then like you can see in the basketball players and some baseball players, blood clots just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So a lot of those have to do with diet, what you're
Right.
eating. So
Right. I know. I try to watch everything I eat.
I watch it go in. I try to not watch
Hold
it
on.
go
No,
out.
I do this.
Oh, listen. See,
Love
sorry,
you, Wendy.
sorry, Wendy. All right, so 8 o'clock. Don't forget to check out our buddies at Checkers of Records, esports and whatnot. BWSports1.com.
Bam.
Holla at your
Wednesday
boy.
Night Live. Stadium Tavern, 802 Southwest Street in Indianapolis, folks. We got a new
Tuesday wings.
no Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday tacos.
Yes,
Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesdays.
Pill and shrimp Wednesday.
Peel shrimp.
Wing
Peel and
Thursday.
eat shrimp. Yes. I tell you what.
What did you tell me?
I tried the Mac and Jack bites earlier,
They're
and
pretty
you
good.
had yes,
Yeah.
folks. The Mac and Jack bites are what you want.
So they're little squares of deliciousness.
I like it. I like it a lot. They were good. They were good.
Hey,
Come
I
out and
saw a
try 'em.
movie with Bubba Gump in it without his lip.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I swear for God. I swear for God.
All right then. So, Damon, what do you want to go into now? We are a third of the way through tonight's show.
Anything else?
I have nobody saying that Nike should have taken the shoe off. Everybody's 100% on no. So yeah.
No, damn it.
Oh, I just published it. I closed it on your ass.
Something went wrong.
I closed it. I thought you'd already or hit yours.
I already did mine.
Oh, okay. Well, in other news, what's going on, Damon?
Trying to think of something before we get into
the big deals.
The NBA because that's gonna with these free agents, a lot of stuff is going on. So I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna chime in on those. So why don't we?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about something.
All right, talk. Damn it.
Bare knuckle boxing. I heard that the bare knuckle boxing pay-per-views, the past two, I think, outsold the last couple UFC pay-per-views. Now, when the UFC here's a little history for you folks that are young. When the UFC started, it was bare knuckles. There was no weight classes, no time limit, nothing.
So bare knuckles is no gloves.
Nothing. No gloves.
So it's like fight night.
Fight club. Yep.
That's okay.
Okay. I was waiting on something else.
No, there was nothing. Okay. So my bad.
No, I was just.
I guess my tone differential breakdown wasn't segueable. I don't like your
attitude, Damon. There he comes. There he comes. There he comes, Bert.
Okay, Bert.
Yeah. Bare knuckle boxing. Okay, so when the UFC started, it was bare knuckle boxing, and then everybody said it was too barbaric. We gotta put gloves on them. Okay, so they put the gloves on, and then that's why they fought with gloves. Now all of a sudden, the UFC is kind of outlasted its stay, in my opinion, kind of, sorta. And you got these other things coming up like bare knuckle boxing. You still got Bellator in there. I don't know what's happening with them. I will say that a couple weeks ago I said that the UFC hasn't put on any real good fights. Now last weekend was a not a good fight, but a good matchup between Junior Dos Santos and something Francis. I can't remember his last name. But dude's a beast. Okay, he's his last 5 fights are lasted like 6.5 minutes total, all knockouts or TKOs. Dude's a beast. Okay, that's
But
who I
I'm
want to see.
waiting on a butt. I'm waiting on a butt.
No, dude's a beast, and I'm just saying that was a finally they put on a good fight or a good matchup that just did last because Junior Dos Santos is pretty much on his way out. Francis coming up.
It's idiot. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean idiot as an idiot. But Sean, he's like, hey, I just got out the pool,
Okay,
all ashy,
welcome.
all wet head.
It's just
Um,
beads like yours. It
I'm
beads.
yeah. I don't really know. I mean,
What's
you know, I
safer?
think
You know, if they want to do
I'm
this,
trying
what's
to figure.
safer?
I'm
I
trying
just
to.
don't. Okay, well, here's my point. It's we went like this. We went from bare knuckles to where the UFC was at its peak.
Mhm.
UFC's kind of plateauing at least. I don't want to say declining. I'll say plateauing. Bare knuckles coming back up, but it's not barbaric anymore. It's the norm, is what I'm saying. That's what
Mhm.
I'm kind of getting at, just to kind of get your thoughts, feedback on that.
Um, my first question will be with I want to focus, try to tap on to what you said the plateauing of the USC. I know they just signed that huge deal
ESPN
with ESPN. Do you think that with with with
with
do you think with
must have stuck your tongue in a
with
blender.
do you think with the ESPN minds that they can start to bring back a little more excitement into the UFC? Because I think, me personally, I think it's gotten dull.
The excitement has to come from not the promotion necessarily. It has to come from the fighters.
Right. But I
So
mean,
when you
yeah,
put no, when you force them to have one sponsor, that's screwing them.
right. So that's why I'm saying, with ESPN, they deal with a lot of people. I don't know if
If
you're
Reebok can
going
have
to
an
be
exclusive, I don't know.
right.
Can Reebok even have an exclusive deal with the UFC now if they're on ESPN?
Right. That's things like that. I mean, I know that's big business beyond my pay grade, but just questions. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to write them off yet because for one, it's a startup sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if the one vision doesn't
What's a
fulfill it the
startup
right
sport? What
uh
is a startup sport?
UFC.
Why?
So I mean, it is a startup sport.
What
I
do you mean?
mean, startup sport as in, and it is relatively new in the last 10
You
to
mean
15
MMA?
years. Yeah. Well, not MMA, but you have no, well, mixed martial arts, because you either been doing uh your your I forgot what they break down, different martial art.
I gotcha. Techniques.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Most of the stuff you do is within your realm.
Yeah.
But when the mixed martial art come in, you were mixing all that in together.
Okay, I see what that's. Hell, that's been longer than that. That's been 30 years now.
Because I mean, maybe it just hasn't been popular in the states or
Oh
whatever.
well, no, we're in
Because
Japan, man.
yeah,
Japan's got it going on. Overseas got it going on. That's where Pride came from. Pride, man. Them Pride rules were tough. You could sit there and stomp on somebody's head while they're laying on the ground.
okay.
I'm just saying you can't do that in the UFC. They kind of did regulate it
I
to
mean,
make it
yeah,
quote
you should
unquote
have.
safer and all that. But I'm just it just sounds like the sport in itself is digressing back to where it started. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Could be a bad thing because it's telling you the sport's declining, or it could be a good thing to find your roots and build back up from your roots because this is overpopulated.
But if they do the same thing that they did, you're just learning. You're just doing. You're
What do you
just
mean?
recycling. If they follow the same pattern that UFC did,
Well, Ooh, excuse me. Woo.
I mean, kind of similar lines with all these wrestling companies. You follow the same pattern,
What's
but
the
you're
same
not
pattern?
you, I don't know,
I mean, the
whatever
wrestling is
structure that the guy who's successful brought before you. You know what I mean? If they start to decline and you start up and you follow that same pattern,
why do you got to follow that same path?
I don't know. That's what everybody does.
No, I'm just saying, why do you, why
I
would you
don't
though?
know.
If you're a good businessman and an owner in that bare knuckles boxing or
Then
whatever,
tell
you wouldn't do it.
95% of the freaking companies that exist in the world today.
What?
They follow the same pattern as somebody else. The ones that are successful, overly successful, deviate from the norm.
Right, but you have to evolve or you die. What's the
Well,
UFC? What is the UFC evolving in?
two, my question: what is their future? What is their
The
focus?
UFC.
What are
I
their
thought you
goals?
mean I thought you meant like the bare knuckle boxing future instead of UFC.
Man, I
That may not be around for very long. That could be just a here and now thing and be gone next year.
true.
You know,
All I want is if you can give me blood sport, then I'm all in.
fight to the death.
If you can't give me blood sport, then I don't want no part of it.
Yeah. Well, so fight to the death, huh? Get it done.
Kumite. I want to go
You want
walk through the. I want to
fatalities?
walk through the hallway of some blinking lights, one every 30 feet, with some toothless Asian in the corner smiling. Then you go into a
I
room.
got the knife.
Jeez. And then go in there and kick somebody's ass, knock a tooth out, and
Evolving
leave.
from the WWE. What are you talking about?
Nah, not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about. So that's what I don't know.
You do,
I
but you
do,
don't.
but I don't. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know. But I do, and I don't
Plateauing.
because it
Plateauing.
doesn't matter. But then it
Plateauing.
does. ESPN,
It's,
the Ocho. But anyway,
yeah, what he said.
exactly. I mean, I kind of like the MMA. I like the fact that it's you get to use all of your fighting accessibilities body wise, but I just think that is
I don't like getting
poorly.
kicked in my knee.
Yeah,
That hurts, especially when it
I don't
pops
like the
out.
way it's ran. I think it's ran poorly. I don't. I think it's ran for only him to be successful.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think it's ran for everybody to be
No, that's
successful.
why as soon as they made the deal with Reebok, it was like, man, you just knocked out all of these startup, like you say, startup companies. All these people
I
out,
haven't seen anything from Tap
completely
Out
out.
since they did that.
Tap out tapped out a long time ago. Don't get me
Uh,
started on them.
I'm just saying, just stuff that we used to see around.
Tap out
I don't
tapped
see
out when
none of
Mass
them.
died. When Mass was killed in his car wreck, the other two they tapped out. I mean they literally sold out to Dana and whoever else. They sold out completely.
Mm.
They suck since then.
All right,
Now let's get to you got anything else,
that's
David?
it.
All right.
That's it. I can't
So we
bullshit
got
anymore about anything else.
so we have a plethora of basketball news that we're gonna
Oh,
go over.
Lord Jesus.
The biggest well, no, you know what? I'm gonna put
I
a poll
mean,
out.
who you wanna I mean, there's a lot.
I'm gonna put a poll out.
Put a poll out.
There was a lot of movement.
Make sure your wife knows your poll is out.
Who said that? You? There was a lot of movement in the NBA over 3 days worth of free agency.
Quite a bit.
I'm gonna put this poll out here.
Well, put the
What are you
poll
watching?
out there.
Yankees? You
I was
watching the
just looking
Yankees?
up. I just saw people walking, trotting slow. When you trot slow, it normally you running around the bases. But I don't know what's going on over there. But who cares? But yes, there was free agency. NBA free agency opened up June 30th, and it just went haywire. You know, we heard days before all the different scenarios and possibilities. Well, after June 30th, it went, well, midnight on June 30th, it went kind of just ridiculous of all the movements. with big names, second tier names, people staying, people moving. So Dan is putting up a poll. What I noticed over the moves of going over some of these is there's much more movement in the West than it was in the East. A lot more teams had
Mm-hmm.
notes in the West than they did in the East.
Mm, did they? Not
As I'm
big
look
one.
as
Big
I'm
ones
looking
went.
as I'm looking at well, free agent, the big names are always going to draw attraction. But if you look at some of these moves
Oh, maybe overall, yeah. Okay.
overall, the West did more moves. There's like five teams in the East that almost didn't do anything. Granted, it's still
Early.
early,
Man, the
but
fireworks took
I
off.
mean, but a lot of the big names and the second tier names have probably already made their destinations. Now you're, just filling roster space. So you're at this point, you're getting seeing if people are hurt. You're testing uh, um, veterans to see if they can still, run up and down the floor and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So you're signing people to veteran minimums and you're looking at your summer league teams and things of that
Right.
nature. So at this point, if you haven't got the main people that you were looking for, you're not getting ready to get a steal. You're just filling roster space right now. But there is one name out there that everybody's waiting on.
Mm-hmm.
And once he does, all the rest of those names are going to filter out
Yep. Quickly. And we are talking about the MVP
of the
himself
finals.
of the finals, himself, Mr. Kawhi
And listen,
Leonard.
I never thought that he would consider the Lakers at all.
He talked to
That
him.
was never when we were going over this, and I'm listening to Steven, Jalen, Wojo, and Rachel, and all those guys. No one's saying anything about Kawhi and the Lakers, and then all of a sudden it's Kawhi the Lakers, and they done put jerseys up and like this is outstanding, like crazy. Like I'm a Laker fan, and I was to the point like if they get Kawhi, I don't even want to be a Laker fan no more. And then it was like, you know what?
Run with it if you
This
got
ain't
him.
this ain't the first time the Lakers has had a super team.
No. Still.
Because if you look at it, Magic's team
Kobe.
was a super. No, that
Matt.
wasn't a super team.
Yeah, Kobe, Shaq. Okay,
That's it.
you gotta have a third
You-
for a
you-
super team.
yeah, that
Tyronn
was.
Lue.
Oh, wow. I would have thought you said Derek
I was
Fisher.
getting ready to say Derek Fisher.
But it's not the first time they had a super team like that. If you look back,
Well,
Worthy,
I was gonna say Worthy,
Magic,
Magic, and
the Cat.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. That
know what I mean? That was a super team right there. And you can't cut out AC Green and
Robert Ory. Don't forget Robert Ory.
was not on that team.
He's a ring chaser,
No, he's a ring getter.
a ring getter. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of movement. So I think we just let's go over some of the teams that most people are talking about, and maybe as we filter through those teams, you'll mention other teams.
Okay.
So, and we'll start with the Eastern Conference, and these are in no specific order other than alphabetical.
Oh, you going alphabetical? Okay.
That's
Well,
it. That's
all
what
right.
popped up first.
Go for it.
But I'll flip through, to
Okay.
talk about what's the teams that are important. You know what I mean? I don't really think we're going to talk about Detroit. Only thing I would talk about Detroit is Derrick Rose signed with Detroit.
He did.
Derrick
Now,
Rose,
did Drummond?
I haven't seen anything with Drummond.
I know
So,
he's free agent.
yeah. So you got Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin.
Mm-hmm. Two O's.
I'm sorry, Derrick out of state in Minnesota. That's all I got on
wouldn't
that.
have went to Detroit.
Wouldn't have went to Detroit.
Not in a heartbeat. Nada.
Chris Paul made Blake Griffin. Griffin hurt Chris Paul. But anyway, next. Boston Celtics.
Kimba.
A lot of talk with Boston. One more talk of who was going out
We already
than
knew who
was
was going
coming
out.
in. So they lose Irving, Harford, Rozier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're losing Morris too, one of the Morris twins. I think you're losing him too.
Yeah.
So you bring in Kimball Walker. I'm okay with because it's really not a change from Kyrie. Same type of player.
Right.
I
They're just
think I
saying
think Kimba is a couple years older. I think he's like
no.
2 years older. I think he's 2 years older than Kyrie. Because remember, Kimba, I
He
think he
played
went,
on the Yukon team, right?
yeah, but he played a long. I think he was in college more than 2 years.
Okay.
Kyrie played one game at Duke.
Okay. Had to get that college credit.
Now he got hurt.
It's a Duke thing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he got hurt. But so I think they're relatively right around the same age, average the same amount of points, make the same amount, just a
But
couple millions different.
they're saying that Kimba may be better for the locker room and
He
off the
might be
court.
better for the locker room. Might be a better fit for that team.
Mhm.
Now you got a nice little young court, still young point guard with Kimba, Tatum, Jalen. You got some things working out there. Not real sure on this Romeo Langford and Carson Edwards draft. I know you guys,
Trade
these
bait.
local people, just love these IU Purdue guys that make it to the league. One, I think Romeo should stay in. I think you should stay in one more
Mm-hmm.
year.
Edwards was his time.
You know what I mean? Edward, well, he had to. He's a
Right. It
senior.
was his time.
He's the one that I'm on. I'm not on Langford at all.
No.
Carson, I'm still on the fence over because he's got grit. And sometimes
He can
that
finish.
gets you, sometimes that gets you a little further than where you lack in stature, so to speak.
Yeah, ability.
So I'm not really sure on that one. We'll see. Um,
So speaking of Boston right now, did they go up or down in the playoffs seeding, you think?
for my projections of next year,
Yeah. Where's Boston fit? Do they go up or down from where were they? 4?
they were 4.
Do they go up or down next year?
I think they go down
How far?
6
Okay. Okay.
because you still got them Orlando's. I think they go 6. I think they fall
Okay.
around that age. But this is real early. This is like the NCAA too early preseason top
Way
25.
too early.
So this is obviously when we get to October, this is going to change.
Right. Obviously, but we want right now, folks.
Right now, yeah, I see them. 6, 7.
We'll get to that, sis. We'll get to that.
What we got? What she's got? Because I can't see hers because
Huh?
I'm on a different screen.
Says, what about the team that plays down the street?
Oh, we'll get to that debacle.
Hold on.
Matter of fact, you know what?
Nope.
No.
Speaking of Al Horford, he leaves and goes not too far away
So we'll
to Philadelphia.
Go over here to Philly. Yes.
That kind of
that's
a pickup.
I like all of Philly's moves.
You still got Ben Simmons, still got Joel Embiid.
I like
now
all
you picked
of
up
Philly
Al
moves.
Horford. Now you picked up Well, you got rid of Redick.
They go with it all depends on Kawhi. Everything goes on Kawhi. If Kawhi stays in Toronto, I think Toronto wins the East. If Kawhi leaves Toronto, I think Philly wins the East.
So
as of right now.
Right. We're talking about as of right now.
Because if you look at it.
So you're saying that Philadelphia, from the moves they made in free agency already within 3 days, jumped up to the number 1 spot.
Or what?
There were 2
games.
There were
2
2
games
or 3,
from
right?
the Eastern Conference Finals with what they had.
They were 2nd seed, 3rd seed.
They were first. 2nd seed.
2nd.
Milwaukee was 1.
Yes.
They were
Philly,
2. Toronto was 3.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So, but if you look at it, let's go with the Horford.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So last year after the All-Star game, we had injuries with Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he missed a lot of games, and you saw it play a part into the playoffs. But you add Al Horford to that allows Joel Embiid not to play those ridiculous minutes
Right.
because he can defend and he can score on the block. And he's a locker room guy.
Yeah.
So he'll fit in with the locker room, bring leadership to a lot of those young guys. You get rid of Jimmy Butler, who has obviously been a locker room bad apple in every organization that he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, Milwaukee, and we heard the rumblings right when you got to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure we'll hear about it in Miami. But you got rid of that issue.
Did you see? Side note: did you see when he was like, I
Yeah,
don't
said
know,
he'll never wear a
was it the McDonald's All American
said
or
he'll never
something?
wear a Miami Heat jersey.
That's just funny.
And where you get traded to? Miami
Miami.
Heat. He said, "Oh, when it comes to money, you can wear anything, whatever, bro." that's how bad it's gotten. You're a phenomenal talent, and your locker room and off the court things is just putting you in positions that they
Mm-hmm.
don't put you in a winning situation. I don't even know why you chose or wanted to go to Miami. I know I know Dragic just re-signed, but I mean, for what? What go there? What do you have there? Nothing. I mean, Hassan Whiteside's gone, so I don't know, but whatever. But with the feeling, I like Jimmy Butler, I did, but I'm starting to get off of him. But with the
I'm with
Philly
you.
things, I think they did well. They added a couple shooters and a couple bench players to work in with what they got. The biggest issue is Ben Simmons needs to shoot all
Mm-hmm.
summer. Stop chasing around that damn Jenner girl and get in the lab and work on your craft.
Mm-hmm.
You become a better shooter, you're a top 5 player.
Yep. Easily.
If he becomes a better shooter, I said it. If Ben Simmons becomes a better shooter, the way he sees the floor, the way he attacks the floor, the way he can still get 25 points and not shoot one jump shot.
Well, you look at it, and he is now the leader of the team.
Or as in position wise, I still think that's Joel Embiid's team.
I'm saying more so he's older than Joel Embiid by a year, right?
I don't know, man,
I think they got a year or two in between them.
because Joel Embiid set a year at Kansas, and him coming over from, you know, the motherland, they tend to be a little older than everybody else anyway.
I'm talking about in the league wise. Ben Simmons was in the league a year or two before Joel Embiid, right?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Okay, so
Because I don't think he should have been rookie of the year because you weren't a rookie.
you should be the leader of that team now.
Should be.
You don't have Jimmy Butler there. I'm not saying JJ Redick was the leader of the team, but you don't have Redick there now. You need to step up.
I think what was really key for them, they kept Tobias Harris. I think
Yeah,
that was
because I was
huge.
thinking he was going.
I thought he was going to the Knicks.
I thought he was going.
Yeah, I thought he was going to. That was huge. So there's still obviously a lot more things that they will do within now and when the season starts. But I like, from the most part, from the free agency moves, I like what Philly's done. Philly set themselves up pretty well.
Mhm.
So
Okay. Where are you going from there?
I don't know. Pardon me. That was terrible.
Man, that came from
deep down in your
I
soul.
smell that now.
Um,
Jesus.
I know one thing. Let's scroll back up. So we talked about. Let's go to Brooklyn. Obviously, everybody wants to talk about Brooklyn with the additions of huge big three that they put together that you won't see for 2 years.
Wow.
Because Durant's not playing at all next year.
At all.
So you won't see that team that they
Until
were put on.
2021.
Yeah.
Or 2020, 2021.
2021.
Right.
Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan. You kept Karis LeVert. You still got Dimwitty.
Mm-hmm.
You still got Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, Brooklyn is nice in the East in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Where they at this year?
This year,
I still say they make playoffs.
I think they made the playoffs.
I think they'll be a 6.
I think they'll be at the end, the lower half of the East. Not not 8, but I say 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that area.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that was Jeez,
Did
man.
they just steal every bit of life out of New York?
What didn't I say or didn't we say? I don't remember your words fully, but I remember saying on this microphone that I can see a lot of people going to New York and not in the big city, like everybody was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn's on the up and coming.
I mean, Brooklyn's still a big city.
I'm saying that the big city
The big
though is
market.
New
The
York
big market,
City,
right.
right?
The big market.
Madison Square Gardens.
Yeah, and they're going to be better than the Knicks for a while. But since we're speaking of that, we can talk about what the Knicks have done.
They
I don't
didn't
want to
completely mess up.
Yeah, they didn't blow it like normal.
Uh,
You know, I know they put a lot of their eggs all in the basket trying to entice these high-level free agents to New York,
right,
but nobody wants to play for James Dolan.
right.
So what you're going to have to do, one, you got to change how you present yourself as an owner.
Yep.
You cannot be having ex player greats
No,
thrown out because you disagree with their opinion.
no, he needs to be gone. He needs to be
You
sell the
know,
team or whatever you got to do.
or just be an owner that sits up
Oust
in the
him.
box and not says anything and lets
Oust
the
him.
people that you hire do their job.
Oust him.
Right. So you missed out on Durant. You missed out on Irving. You're going to
You
miss
know
out
who
on
should
Kawhi.
buy the damn team? Spike.
Yeah.
Buy the team.
Yeah. Do the right thing. Didn't make that much money.
There's things called loans.
Man, I understand what you do, Spike, and how you can make money, but I'm a bank. There is no way I'm giving anybody a loan for Madison Square Garden
Been in that
or
place.
the Knicks.
Place is wow.
But if you look at it, what the Knicks did, okay, yeah, they didn't get any of those top free agents. But if you look underneath the surface, some of the moves that they made were good moves. You sign a couple second tier players that can give you, give you some type of excitement of good basketball. You got some good draft picks. AJ Barrett's going to be a really good player. I like Julius Randle there because he gives him a good, solid little grit, little edge to him. Carlos Knox is going to be a hooper.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a lot of young talent, but like the note that I put myself in here is you got a lot of young talent, but the Knicks organization is where they're weak. Is the organization going to destroy what you have accumulated, or are you going to let this talent develop, grow, and be a good basketball team?
Trust the process.
Look at Philly.
Trust the process.
I mean, you were a fade away from being in the finals.
Yep.
Eastern Conference Finals.
But you weren't.
But you weren't.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend.
If the cat would have stopped, the dog would have caught him. Bet that. So we talked about Brooklyn. We talked about Derrick Rose and Detroit. I'm coming back to you, Pacers. Trust me.
We'll get there.
Milwaukee. Talk about Philly. That will be the last team. Oh, we'll jump over here to the Wizards.
The Wizards? The Wizards?
So
I just wanted to say that.
What's the issue with John Wall? Why does nobody want? No, that's another destination that Durant could have went to. Being from that area, nobody wants to go there. Bradley Beal, I'm happy that he's out.
Yep.
Because obviously Dellavedova said it a year ago. When they had that little Twitter war, Dellavedova and no, it was JJ Barrera.
No.
Yeah, it was JJ Barrera in Dallas. It was him and because remember he was in Dallas, he was in Washington for like he left Dallas, was in Washington for like a half a season and went back to Dallas. And they had that little Twitter war.
Yes.
And he was like, well, that's kind of funny because everybody on your team doesn't like you.
Yes, now I remember. And he's true. He was spitting truth, folks.
Spitting truth. You look at it. Valachunas is out.
Beal's out.
Morris is out. Bill is gone. You know, Trevor Reza was going his way out.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? I don't know.
It's still
John
Wall's
Wall.
team.
John Wall.
It's still his team.
Yeah, by yourself. You got what you wanted.
Yep.
So that's it for them. And then other than that, I don't really see them doing anything. Their move was they kept the big man Bryant and they signed Isaiah Thomas.
Woo. Next.
Keep it moving. So we scroll back up. Milwaukee. I mean, I think they pretty much stayed the same. Couple different moves. I think what's really going to touch them first, they re-signed Chris Middleton, which was good.
Yeah.
They kept him. I think what's going to hurt is the Brogdon. Brogdon leaving them, being getting out of there. I don't want to say getting out, leaving
Leaving.
there
Coming
and
here.
coming here to Indiana. Bad for Milwaukee, but I think they'll be all right with what they've gotten.
I think they fall to the 4.
I think they stay in the top 5, top 3. Yeah, I think they stay up there because the Greek Freak he's going to come back with something new next year.
Oh yeah,
I think he's going to come back with something new.
He's definitely working on something.
I think he's going to come back with a jump shot.
That'd be good.
If he comes back with a jump shot, he might jump to the best player in the league.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, if he's inside the paint, he dunks.
Well, I mean, James Harden's the best player in the league.
No,
he's got
not.
the 14-step juke on you.
But
he's kind of like the Bruce Harper of basketball.
Bruce Harper of basketball. Damn, I'm not gonna do him that way. I'm not gonna do him that way, dog. I can't.
I just did.
But you look at it here. You got so they got the George Hill stays. So you still got veteran in the backcourt to go with Bledsoe for his backup. What I thought was interesting is they'll have both the Lopez's.
Okay.
They have Robin and Brooke.
Okay.
In Milwaukee.
Woo.
Twins.
Twinning. So you're gonna go through each East.
No,
Eastern
we've
team?
done. We're
going to the West.
We're here.
Are you going to the West or here?
We're here.
Okay.
I can skip over Indiana.
And we come back.
I cannot talk about them at all
we come
because what they've done so far is not worthy of talking about.
I am glad so far that neither Turner or Domas is not gone yet. Now I could see Sabonis going first, but I'd really hate to see them, like I've said before, get rid of Miles Turner.
Well, who knows what they're going to do now? Because I said that your number one goal was to re-sign Bojan Bogdanovic.
And he jets to Utah.
You did not offer him what was necessary.
Nope.
To keep him here.
Nope.
Now, he's in a great situation over in Utah.
Utah's really setting up good.
Utah looks good. But I don't like anything that the Pacers done. You know, before any of the free agent moves go,
I didn't like their draft.
Now you start at the draft, and I kind of keep up a little bit with the foreign players a little bit. I didn't know anything about this guy. No idea. Didn't know he was on the radar. You know, didn't hear his name with any of the analysts.
I was going to say that the thing that I've been hearing is they went for the best player available at that draft pick. When I myself would have went for best
bullshit.
I'm just saying what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm calling shenanigans.
Well, I'll call it too, but I mean, in my opinion, I don't care who the best player overall available is. If the guy's not going to work out on my team right now, why am I going to pick him now?
Right.
I need more shooting up front.
I mean, I need stuff right now.
Now
my star
is coming back.
Won't be back until maybe All-Star game.
Right, but it's coming back.
He's coming back, so I need something to keep our team afloat. And who carried you through the second half of that season was Bojan Bogdanovic, Bogey, and you let him go. So you draft this kid. When you draft him, you already got 3 other players at that position. So that right there tells me that somebody's leaving. Well, you got him in draft moves
Mm-hmm.
or draft trade. So obviously, you're not getting rid of him.
Right.
So either that leaves Thaddeus Young,
Which
Domas, or Miles.
and Young's gone.
Well, obviously, you see Miles Turner is gone. He is now in, where did I say he was going?
Who?
Not Miles Turner.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus
Thad
Young.
Young. He is
Yes.
going to. Actually, are you wanting
Was it
another beer,
Chicago?
Damon?
What the hell? Why not?
And 2 shots
What the hell? Why not?
on the rocks. On the rocks, folks. That's how we roll. On the rocks.
I forgot where I had him going. I had him a little. No, he went
Who?
Thaddeus.
Oh, he went to. Um. Hmm. God, who did they go to? Was it? It wasn't the Clippers, right? Was it the
Nah, I
Clippers?
didn't go to the Clippers. Where'd
Did
he go?
he stay in the East? I don't even remember. God, man.
I had it. I had it because I was just doing it.
I mean, I was hoping you had it.
I had it. It's gone.
That's why you're the host. I'm the co-host. I'm the color commentary,
I'm
man.
just out here for good looks. I'm out here for free beer.
Well,
I'm out here for free beer. Bitches. But anyway, we'll figure out. That's not important. But it's the importance is the what are you doing? I want to know what your focus is, what
they don't even
direction
know.
of your team is going.
They're
Because
trying to go big. Real
Joseph's
big.
gone. Yeah, Corey Joseph's gone.
I don't know why they kept Holiday over Joseph.
Collinson's retired.
Yeah, and that was a shock.
Matthews is gone.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
Milwaukee.
Oh,
Matthews is gone, and Evans decided to smoke his way out the league.
Yeah. He's a crackhead.
So what do you? So what's your focus? Are you going to be running gun? Are you going to be possession basketball? What are you doing? I don't know.
Nobody
Nate,
knows.
Tell us.
Yeah, nobody knows. I don't even think Nate knows what he's going to do right now.
Well, Nate better figure it out.
He better. But
because these Pacer fans are angry.
Kevin Pritchard was brought in here, and he was supposed to be some kind of, court. I don't want to say court genius, but he was perceived to be the next coming to up the program, up the organization. Last year was good. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to take that away from him at all. Last year was good. You lost a star player, and that's what happens. But I just do not know where in the hell their mind was when they bent over and shoved their heads up their asses and picked who they picked.
Yeah, I don't know. So
something obviously is going to be big. So what are you going to do? You're going to trade one of your star big men away and get 2, or you get 1 decent guard and a draft pick for next year or something?
I don't know. I'm trying to look into
the future.
So who? All right, that's the Eastern Conference.
The future.
So that's the Eastern Conference.
All right.
Out west. Who do you want to talk about out west? Who do you want to know about out west?
I mean, is there any reason to talk about the LA Lakers? None.
They're 2-0 in summer league.
Attaboy. They're already 82-0 in the league next year.
I mean,
so
right.
What's it matter?
I don't know. I mean,
I could honestly see that just imploding at some point in time for some reason.
I mean, I guess it's all in.
I'm the big shot Space Jam 2 star now.
Linda, listen. Linda.
You know what the funny part is, folks? All I got to do is this, and now you can't hear him.
No, the happiest person in Los Angeles Lakers organization is who?
The lady that's sitting there at the throne? I don't know who.
Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, because he just got, man, hold on here. I got him and him.
No. I'm the only one left. They kept
Well, yeah, they
me.
kept me, and now I got him and him to play with.
You know what I mean? How good do you feel right now?
Do you
They
really think
kept
Kawhi is gonna go there?
me. They got rid of him.
They got rid of him.
Everybody.
They got rid of him because his daddy wouldn't shut up.
They got rid of everybody. They traded the last couple people away the other day. Mo Wagner, I was mad about that.
That's why they're trying to make up cap space.
I think he might end up
You
there. That's
think-
what sucks. But it's great though.
Is it?
Yeah. But see, if you look at it, there's super teams all over the league, dog. There's super teams all over the league. But this is like a super team.
Man, you went to Toronto and you brought them the world and everything in it.
Hey man,
Like
he's
Scarface.
a mercenary. He's a hired gun, son. That's what Kawhi should be. That's
hired
his
gun.
whole the image should be. He should be a maverick. He should be a hired gun.
Then you should go to Dallas.
You should go wherever you go, they're going to win a championship. Basically, is what you said. Hey, I win championships. So if you want to win the championships, you come get me.
I didn't say that.
I said it.
You did.
If you want to win, hey, well, look at it. I went to
San Antonio.
Antonio.
Where again,
I was
the
the finals
Pacers
MVP.
screwed that one up.
The finals MVP. And then I go to Toronto. Finals MVP. I'm 2-0, buddy.
That he is.
And I can't say the Pacers screwed it up because you don't know who would have. You don't know what he'd have turned out to be if he'd have stayed here.
When Popovich comes to you and says, "I want to trade for that guy right there," you need to really think about why does he want him? There's got to be something in him that he, an all-star or a Hall of Fame coach, wants him.
Yeah, but there was something that only he could bring out of him.
We didn't have time.
Just because, I mean, you don't know if it was going to be there or not. You don't know what effect that Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, Popovich, Bowen.
No, you know Dave Robinson was still in that.
Right. You don't know what effect they had on his upbringing, in that situation. You
because
put him
that was
here,
when the Spurs were on their peak.
Yeah, you bring him here, you got Larry Bird.
Isaiah. You had Isaiah at the time. What?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Isaiah
Reggie.
Who? Isaiah who?
Isaiah Thomas.
When who was here? Kawhi Leonard? No.
You had him still around the organization.
Isaiah Thomas ain't been around this organization since he left it.
I don't like your attitude.
Well, I'm just telling you what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But you got all that in that organization in San Antonio, reason why they make the playoffs every year for the last 25 years. You know what I'm saying? But if you come here, who do you have? You have an aging Granger. Because you didn't have Paul George yet. You have an aging Granger.
Yeah, Danny Granger.
And you had a hurt aging Granger and a behind-the-scenes Larry Bird. You don't know if he'd have turned out to be what he
O'Neal,
was.
Right? At that time?
Nope.
You didn't have O'Neal? He already went to Portland?
Kawhi, no.
Oh, no, he came from
Portland.
Yeah.
He was already out the league interviewing for the Big Three.
Really?
I don't know about interviewing for the Big Three.
Well, no, the Big Three probably wasn't even around at that time.
Mm-hmm. So
he was looking for Gus Macker tournaments.
I mean, that's the thing when you see all these draft trades or these certain trades, you don't know what these players would have been in different situations.
You let the opportunity go. You didn't even give yourself the opportunity to try
because he wasn't on your radar.
How do you mean
he wasn't on their radar? You drafted him for them. Hey, let's make a deal. I want that guy. I'll do this for you if you draft him.
What
for
did
me.
We get for him?
Corey Joseph, and I think some. No, you got George Hill. You got George Hill, and I think somebody. I think like a couple late round draft picks.
That worked out.
You know what I mean? It's just. I mean, that's the coin flip of, signing trades or, picking up. I mean, everything is a 50-50. He could be good. He could be bad. I mean, every situation has different manipulating pieces that evolve a player or a person in life.
I get it.
Mhm.
That was a little
Mhm.
life lesson
Mhm.
from the one.
Every once in a while, but I I mean, obviously, the talk, in the West is L.A. I mean, no one really wants to continue to keep talking about them, but that's all the news that's going to happen all summer. They're going to be analyzing all of uh, their roster slots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're going to see how many semi veterans or how many low level second tier players are going to take the super minimum just to be on that team.
So they're gonna pull a David West and jump ring chase.
He got him two of them.
Okay. And speaking of the Warriors, they obviously lost KD. They pick up D'Angelo Russell.
Why?
I I'm just saying facts here.
There's nothing about his game that fits in the way they run.
They gonna lose Clay?
He's already resigned. Oh,
Oh,
he's
he
not
did?
resigned. He's agreed to resign 190.
Oh, he did?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
190 million, 5 years.
Wow.
They gave him the max, offered him the max. You had to. You had to.
Well,
And
yeah, after KD left.
But for one, I don't even really think. I mean, I know other teams were mentioned, but I don't think people really thought that Clay was leaving Golden State. Those two were a duel. Everybody else is going to come. Well, you know what? I say those three because all three of them were drafted
Yeah.
by Golden State. So all three of them are going to run together.
You talking
the
about
same
Clay,
way,
Steph, and Draymond?
Yep, in the same way Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker did. All three of those are going to run together. They came in together. Well, they all didn't come in together, but they started winning.
Right.
They learned to win together. It's been them that core. Everybody else comes and goes. They'll core be together. I like it. I think they secured their future. I think there'll be names. I don't know with what they've got now if they'll win another one, but their name will always be mentioned in a contender. I like some of the moves that they've done with the free agency, so to speak, where they go, where my people go.
I
Golden
don't know,
State.
man.
I had them out. There you go.
Put them away, dude. We don't want to see them.
The keep it loony was good. I like that one. Don't really understand the Russell. His game doesn't fit what goes on.
No, I think him and Boogie's gonna have some issues.
I think I don't think they'll have an issue.
Boogie's got
I
issues
just
with
don't
everybody.
No, Boogie doesn't have issues with that. Not his teammates. His issue in Sacramento was that dumbass George Karl that every player has an issue with. So I don't think I think
I don't like your attitude.
I think he gets a bad rap from that Sacramento because he was down in New Orleans. They loved him.
Right. I don't know.
So,
Vlade started to do stuff in Sacramento.
Yeah, Vlade's doing big things there, and I like what he's doing.
Yep.
But you keep Looney. I don't know about the Russell. Maybe he's trade bait. But you only got him a year, so
true.
It's all right. Yeah, we resigned Thompson. They're big. What I like is they got Willie Cauley-Stein from Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
So that keeps that long, lengthy backcourt center position that moves, block shots on defense, but moves well on offense that can set the pick and roll and catch the lobs. So I like that move. And they also picked up, they got two Michigan boys now because they got Glenn Robinson III, the outside shooter, another guy that can stretch the floor to help with that movement and the shooting. And they drafted Jordan Poole from Michigan, another guy who could create his own shot and get threes up. So they're fitting right into what they do. So I don't know if they'll win another one, but they'll be a good team.
All right.
I don't know what to say about Houston. They got to figure out Chris Paul, James Harden.
That team's done.
There's no point in talking about the Clippers. Denver solid. I didn't see a whole lot of moves made.
Tell you what, the sleeper is going to be Portland.
Yeah, I like Portland. Get to them.
Sleeper is Portland in the West.
See, with Denver, the big news with them is they signed Murray to an extension, the max extension. So they're good. They might need to get a couple more pieces.
Where did old boy from Murray State go again? Who picked him up?
Which
Yes.
Ja Morant? Ja Morant?
The guard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ja Morant. He went second. Who was second?
Phoenix. Is it Phoenix?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Like right now,
Well,
it's just going past me.
Cleveland.
Memphis.
Memphis. There you go. Okay. All right. I was just I don't know why they brought it up. I'm like,
And
yeah,
again,
Memphis
that's what
ain't
I
gonna be
got for
doing
rookie of the year.
that. I don't know, man.
That dude's nice.
I'm not taking anything away from him, but man, Memphis
Yeah.
doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I just like. I think the kid is nice.
He is. Who's your number one seed overall in the West right now? Right now,
Portland.
I like it. I like it.
Portland's loaded, bro.
So, do you think that they're going to come
I like
through the
Dallas
West
too.
and they're going to?
I like Dallas.
I don't know. I'm with you on Portland, man. Portland's been there, just shy of this, just shy of that, and man, the moves they made, it's like they come into play now.
Portland's nice. That backcourt is outstanding. Standing with Damian Lillard and McCullough, CJ McCollum. They are outstanding. And then you add Hassan Whiteside. And you add, who else was the other one that they add? They added another one, but you add Hassan Whiteside to that. And then you get your big man back, the foreign guy that they got from Denver.
Denver, yeah.
You get them back. Portland is very dangerous. Very dangerous.
How far does Golden State drop?
I think Golden State drops to like 6 or 7. I think they'll make the playoffs.
And Portland goes all the way up to 1?
I think Portland goes all the way up to 1.
Who's 2?
That just depends. It depends on if Kawhi goes west or if he stays east.
Portland still
that changes everything.
Portland would still be number 1.
No,
I was gonna say there ain't no way in hell.
No,
ain't no way.
And I'm really hard to say about putting them number 1 now with LeBron and AD. And like I said, again, I'm gonna go back to this. I'm looking at the time. We're almost done. I'm gonna go back to this. Kyle Kuzma has to be the happiest person in all of NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, they cleared out everybody and kept you.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, 1 was definitely going because of his daddy.
Yep.
That's just way too much baggage.
I also like Utah.
Utah's tough, man.
I like Utah.
Like they got Bogey. They got who was the rookie? Was it the rookie last year? No. Yes.
They got he wasn't a
year?
rookie, but he wasn't a rookie. He should have been rookie of the year. Mitchell.
There you go.
At Louisville.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you add, you add Ed Davis from Brooklyn. And you got Jeff Green.
Okay.
Shooter. And didn't Conley go to Utah? Or did he go to Denver? Didn't Conley go to Utah? Conley went to Utah because Rubio is gone. Conley went to Utah. Yes, I like Utah.
Might be Utah and Portland going at it.
Like Utah. Utah.
Might be them two going at it.
He's got a good shot at it.
All
I mean, hey, man, this next year, the NBA is going to be crazy.
It's definitely going to be interesting.
And we still 3-4 months away before solidifying rosters.
Oh, yeah.
Excited.
All right.
I've been this excited about NBA in a while because there's so many new pair-ups.
Yeah.
There's so many new options. And I know everybody's talking about the super teams, but if you look at it across the board, there's more
balance now than
more balanced than it looks.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of combos.
Yep.
And there's a lot of combos with very good second-tier players.
Yep.
So I like it.
I like it.
I'm
with you.
I like it. I'm ready for football.
And on that note, folks, it's Wednesday Night Live from Stadium Tavern, 802 Southwest Street. This is Black and White Sports. He is the one. I am the ass. Check out all the happenings at bwsports1.com with Black and White Sports, checkers and records, any sports and whatnot. And as always, Damon, at the end of the show, season 2.
Before we get to that, we have to have a
14.
Tito's. We have a Tito's for Wendy in the UK. for our
For
American victory
for our
over
women
England.
over the pond.
Cheerio.
And on that note, Damon, what do we do every Wednesday night?
We keep it sporty, Indy.
Bam. And I hit the button.
Please hit the button.
Whoa.